ahead and get started here. Again, thank you guys for showing up on time. I appreciate that. Who would like to give a recap of the last session?
Oh man, where do I
I'll
even begin?
totally do it.
Okay.
Okay, give us a recap.
I was kidding. I was not there.
I was going to say, I mean, you might want to share with the rest of the class or you get shanked after school.
Well, when we last left our intrepid heroes, they were still within the Temple of Inari. They had found the solution to the... They had found the receptacles for those cogs they were given by someone. However, sensing something amiss, the party spent some time searching in vain for some kind of clue as to what was going on. Left without any other options, they proceeded with placing the cogs and activating the device, which drained the floodwaters within the temple, revealing a passage that revealing a passage in the center area. Seemingly without warning, Makoto jumped straight into the dark passage without informing anyone else what the hell he was doing. And when they followed him down, they landed in an underground river leading over a waterfall and were being attacked. They were waylaid by... What is that demon called? The nine-headed snake.
Zhang Yu.
Yeah, they were waylaid by a Zhang Yu.
Chinese knockoff Hydra.
Basically.
I was going to go with giant snake monster.
Jake the Snake Monster, Chinatown.
Well, I want it to be accurate, okay? Anyway, as a cunning plan, Rashado cast hideous laughter on the monster, causing it to curl over laughing and stop attempting to swim with the current, falling off the waterfall and dying.
Glorious win.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
And that's where we left off.
DM also thought was pretty dope, so the party achieved level 4.
I was informed of that.
Okay, good.
I just wanted to check. I do get level 4, correct?
Yes, of course.
Despite not. Okay, I did my level.
You were in the. Your character was in the fight, even though you weren't.
Okay, yeah, I did my level up.
Yeah, you punched Snicks.
Punch the Snicks. All right, very good. Go ahead and take inspiration for that fantastic recap there. And so you guys have just vanquished the monster. I imagine you kind of pick yourselves up, kind of knock the dust off, and what do you do?
We've already used the short rest, so it's not like we can rest again.
That is correct.
Oh, did we?
I thought you guys did, but maybe I was mistaken.
No, I know we have, because I've used my Song of Rest already.
Well, I mean, we could still do a short rest.
I don't remember doing a short rest
hit.
after the fight.
Before. We did it after the fight with the giant pile of bodies.
Someone's at my door, I'll be right back.
So we did a short rest after the fight with the giant pile of bodies. Or maybe before that, but like on one side of that. Because I had used hit dice. I don't know if we did a short rest after this thing.
We did not.
Okay. We theoretically could if people have hit dice.
I think it would be a good idea, to be honest. I'm feeling pretty beat up after that.
Me too.
Okay. There are
you even
a few nooks and crannies that you guys could find some shelter in.
All the barrels disappeared. How odd.
It's almost like they were moved to the center of the area so Atherin could show them off.
Yeah, they're attacking us.
Right.
Get them.
But no, you guys can do your short rest if you so wish. You can recover some hit die if you want.
All right, and I believe you still get to use Song of Rest, Maddie. Or Richado. Because I don't think there's a...
Not
any kind
here, currently. They stepped away for a
Of...
second.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Anyway, as I was saying, I believe you still can use your Song of Rest. I don't think there's any kind of limitation.
Let's
Anytime you can-
double check.
I think a bard will get it back after a long or short rest.
If you are a friendly creature, 1d6 extra hit point.
Yeah, I don't see any... I don't see anything
Beginning
about
at second
regaining.
level, you can use soothing music. Just says during a short rest. It doesn't say like uses per day or per rest or anything.
Oh,
So I think it's just on a short rest you can declare Song of Rest.
all right.
It also doesn't say it uses Bardic Inspiration. So
Cool. All right.
All right, so that's a d6 on top of the hit dice we roll?
Yes, that would be hit die plus 1d6.
Wow, that was an amazing roll.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
That was a better roll.
when you level, do you gain the increase in max hit points to your current or no?
I believe Atherin said no.
Okay.
Correct. Well, you gain it from your maximum, but you're not going to gain it just back like.
But you don't. It doesn't add to your current, just your maximum.
That is correct.
Got it.
That is the best way to say it.
Oh, wow, that's tough. All right, cool.
8. That's not bad.
Yep, that'll be good for now.
Awesome.
Also, hooray, I get my...
All right. So you guys rest. Anybody else need any maintenance before we move on?
I don't think so.
My spell slots are filled.
Well, so
Yeah, I mean, the others maybe, but I'm only going to check... I am only going to check Selef. Who hasn't leveled their character. Got it.
Sounds accurate.
Or hasn't finished leveling their character.
They rolled a 1 for all their hit points.
Okay, I know he rolled.
He rolled an 11.
Anyway,
on
yeah,
a
he rolled-
D12.
we'll fix that as the night goes on, if and when he shows up. So,
Yeah.
all right, what do you guys plan to do? Investigating on the waterfall side, you're going to come to a quick conclusion that is not a very safe way of travel. So, you can either travel deeper, kind of upstream, or there is a passage off to the west that you can kind of explore and maybe find a way out.
Wait a minute. Who's that?
Oh no, just a random token.
Who's who?
didn't realize it was in the site, right?
Atherin, you are so fucking with me.
Maybe this hit you hard, but you keep envisioning and seeing the bodies of the dead kitsune.
I hate you, Atherin.
We're being haunted, apparently. That's cool.
Apparently just me.
Well,
No.
because you're the only one with like 120-foot dark vision. Everybody else can see bright light 30 feet, or bright light 20 feet, dim light 40 feet. Because torch.
You're not the only one that saw it.
Yeah, it was just a leftover token.
Okay.
So where to?
So-
I kind of zoned out.
So
there for a little
essentially, you
while.
guys are left with two obvious choices. You can try to go upstream and try to find a way out, or there seems to be a kind of a path through the cave that heads off to the west.
I would say
I
we
feel
might
like
as well
this-
see what's next to us before we start following a massive, what is probably a long stream.
Yeah, I was thinking we should probably just check that passage before anything else.
All right. Who here is trained in survival? Anybody?
I am.
Anybody else?
Yes.
AFK people.
I am also trained in survival.
Okay. If you can make a DC 10. Actually, do you have to hit DC 10 to aid in this? I can't remember.
I think I can declare that I'm aiding
Yeah,
to
that's
give
what I thought.
him advantage.
That's what I thought.
Unless I have the higher bonus, in which case it would make more sense. I have a 5.
Okay, so either way, one of you guys could give each other advantage.
What's your survival bonus?
Mine is a 2.
Mine's a 5, so I will
So
take
I'll use help
advantage.
on you.
Okay.
We're surviving so great.
It's not bad.
guys.
And you guys chose to take the cave route?
Yep.
All right, so you guys spend, you would estimate roughly around an hour navigating through the twists and turns of this cavern. Not much in terms of life or anything down here, or pratfalls or traps. It is just a natural formed cave. And eventually you guys will see daylight and break surface. You are not far from the town. Maybe quarter mile to a half mile, you would estimate. By town, I mean the Kitsune village.
Cool.
The one where everyone's dead and nobody's there.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, there's potentially like 3 people there who, let's be honest, we should probably go back for
Yeah.
before they
Yeah.
drown.
So what are you guys doing?
We should head back to the village.
Are we near the entrance to the temple so we can go get the people who we left behind in the
So
tunnel?
so the question is, are you guys trying to avoid town and make it to the temple? It will take you longer, but you could theoretically skirt the town and try to go at the shortest point through town to get to the temple. Is that what?
I mean, do we want to face down those guys again or not? Is kind of what I'm hearing.
You don't know if they're there.
We should probably head to town first.
Smart, in case people went back.
Yeah.
All right.
I doubt they said they're waiting.
Okay, so back to town, not skirting around it. This will be a good one here. All right. Again, as you guys kind of walk through town, you will actually run into a few of the villagers. Not many. They seem to be licking their wounds and kind of hiding is a very strong word, but I mean they are actively trying not to be seen.
All right. We should probably go find what's her name?
Am I?
Yeah, her. Hal actually said what's her name.
Okay, you will find, we're just going to kind of ignore everything on the map, but you will find Namai. She's, again, in the town square. She seems to be conversing with some of the villagers. gathering information what exactly happened, trying to lick their wounds a little bit as well. And as you guys approach, she'll turn and go, "Oh, you made it."
Yes, we were able to take care of the giant snake monster thing. How many were able to get out of the temple or were hiding around here waiting for things to calm down?
We're still counting our numbers, but it seems somewhere around a dozen or so.
That's good.
And she interrupts. Have you seen Kisei?
I haven't. Did any of you see him?
I haven't seen him.
I thought we. Makota just kind of stares off into space for a bit.
She'll look at you and she'll kind of squint her eyes like she's in pain for a second. Never mind.
Ricardo's gonna speak up and mention to the rest of the party. Well, with the monster dealt with, I doubt there's any trouble. I doubt we'll find any trouble if we go back there and do a little more thorough of a search.
Any assistance that you could give us would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I don't mind heading back in and seeing what we can find.
I mean, there was those bars that we couldn't open before. Maybe we'll act without getting snakes all up in our business. We'll be able to find
a way to open it.
Yeah, thank you, Shizuka.
Yeah, we can go take a look. That might work.
Okay, so back to the temple.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only 3 opinions. I guess there's only 5 of us here.
That's correct.
Am I?
Yes.
How much of the temple did you see?
Again, she kind of squints in pain a bit. I think most of it. I mean, I didn't go into the depths.
To tell you the truth, we didn't see many survivors past where we went. We weren't searching thoroughly, but I don't know how many we'll find.
I see. Well, I make my way to the temple to offer a prayer to Inari. You're more than welcome to come if you wish. She hangs for just a moment to kind of see what you guys are doing, and then she will turn and walk away.
I'm going to turn to the group and say, so, very quietly, do we want to stick around for when they find what we saw down there?
Demon?
The,
Or the giant snake corpse.
Before that.
What, the massive corpse monster that somehow disappeared?
I was going to be subtle about it, but it was mostly Kitsune. It's not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, but it wasn't there when we came back.
That's
It's
true.
probably still in the temple.
It dissipated, but actually, out of character, I forgot that it dissipated. It dissipated, but left a few bodies behind. Do we want to just tell them that?
Well, if anything, we should let them
One
cover
of-
the bodies.
Well, they won't. They can't. it had incorporated them into itself, presumably, and they left with it.
There was no trace of anyone, though.
If I were to guess, what would the population of this village have been? About the mass of that pile of bodies?
You would estimate roughly between, just basing off of buildings, maybe 5 to 8 dozen people.
Yeah, no, that pile was most of the village.
Well, that's...
And there will be no bodies to recover. Should we tell them, or should we just leave them to wonder what happened?
Tell them. We
It's.
should tell them. Because
But is that fate better or worse?
here's the thing. It's best that they know the truth and be faced with this reality instead of clinging to a false hope.
Very well. And Hal's going to take off after Kisei, and with 40-foot moves.
Perfect.
Goodbye.
As
Goodbye.
you round that corner, Hal, you're going to be the first one to hear and see. You see Namai just stopped dead in her tracks, staring at one of the demons from before. It lets out a hellish laugh, punches her, knocks her to the side. What do you do?
Fuck. Can I get a? So I can I take like a full action here, like a full turn, or is it?
If you're going to act, we're going to roll initiative. Let me throw up the tracker.
Okay, no, I'm gonna act.
Let me clear it real quick, too. Give me 1 second.
Hal just stands there, dumbstruck.
All right. If you guys can
Oh.
want to add yourselves to the initiative tracker.
I mean, with talking as a free action, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna yell out, "Yo, me!" and just like prep my quarterstaff since talking free action.
Again, this is going to be more theater of the mind, even though I'm throwing a token
Okay,
down.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, because it's like off screen,
Correct.
so I'm like, whatever.
Ooh, I got a pretty good initiative.
Oh no.
All right. Give me
Alright, I got
1
it.
second.
Right, Uzi.
Looks like everybody's got numbers. Okay, here's how this is going to go down. Only Howl and the demon can act this round, and then we'll go by the initiatives that are set in this order. So, I believe, Howl, you probably beat me.
So I am
You did.
going to. Yes, I did. I got a 19 versus a 16, 17. I'm going to get between it and Namai, and I'm going to take my quarterstaff attack.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, that hits.
A 24 will definitely strike.
Noise. Flurry of blows.
Okay.
Fuck.
The 8 will miss, the 20 will strike. Alright, so a good 15 points of bludgeoning damage on this creature. It is then going to strike at you. Alright, AC 15 is going to miss, however, AC 17 is going to strike. It has this long, curved blade. It brings it down very slow, but very hard. You're going to take 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Now it is top of the order, which it would be Isau's turn. Now, you guys can hear that there's some sort of combat going on down that corridor, or what would you call it? Like, I don't want to say a hallway, but like a walkway.
Street.
So, you don't know exactly what's going down, but you can hear it. And obviously, howled
also-
and just took off that way. So did Namai.
You also would have heard him yell out just as loud as he could. Yo, me. Basically trying to get out a warning call.
do we have access to our level 4 abilities yet?
As you guys took a rest, I think that would be applicable. Or do you have to take a long rest?
Short rest is fine.
I think raw is a long rest.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. We're gonna go with that.
Boo.
Sorry.
It's okay. Guess I will try and get line of sight to the creature before letting a crossbow.
Okay. You should have no problem moving far enough south to line up a shot. A 17 will strike. That is a lot of damage. You pierce him. Instead of blood spurting off, again, kind of that black mist escapes from his armor. Richado. Assuming that was the last action. So.
Yeah,
okay.
I've been trying to make an end turn macro.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go running towards Hal after hearing the scream, so I guess I'm running after us now?
Okay. If you use the dash action, you will be just out of melee range.
Good. And dash is my...
That would be your turn.
Action to move, basically.
You know what? I'm going to not do...
I mean, it means that if you use just your move, you're a little over 30 feet away from it.
I'm going to move my... move and chuck a knife at it.
What are the increments on it? 20, 60?
My
throwing knife would be 2040, I believe, but that I could be
okay,
wrong.
so we would be using the second.
2060.
2060.
Oh, 2060. But
You would be out.
outside
Yeah,
of
you would be outside of 20.
I'm still outside of 20. Well, you only live once. How do we roll this? Just as dagger?
Yes, but at the second increment, is that at disadvantage?
I believe so.
yes. Throwing knife would be D20 dex, and if you're proficient in it.
So...
All right. So, all right, with the disadvantage there, the 16 is going to strike. You throw your dagger. It will strike him in the chest. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
All right, again for 3 piercing damage. It sticks into him for a moment, and then it seems to just fall to the ground.
Well, at least I won't lose it.
Makoto.
I'm going to move my full movement, and that would put me like about 35 feet away, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Misty Step and attack.
Okay, that'll totally work.
Because I remember I still had my pike equipped.
You do.
I think I missed.
Unfortunately, you do miss.
Well,
Anything
hey, at
else?
least I'm there. No, that was
The
all my
demon
actions.
laughs at you. And he says, "Bless you."
Excuse me.
I cast middle finger effect.
Nice. It has no effect. Hal, your turn.
Starting out with a quarterstaff strike again.
17 will strike. 16 is its AC, just for simplicity.
Okay, cool. And then fuck it, another flurry of blows.
Okay.
So no and yes.
All right, so 9 points of damage on him. Anything else?
No, that's everything I can do.
All right, those in melee can take an attack of opportunity.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Fucking hell.
Sorry.
I'm just pissed that it was on the second roll.
Okay, perfect. The demon will speak. You have a choice, mortals. Kill me or save the woman. He starts to conjure up this dark mist. It forms a few small figures at first. They look like small, shadowy, feral dogs. Then, again, as the shadows kind of impact on each other, gets bigger and bigger into, finally it comes into about 3 full-size mastiffs. As they go leaping and tearing, they kind of phase past those in melee and strike at Namai, who is just screaming on the ground. At the same moment, that dark mist, this demonic character poofs and vanishes and reappears about 60 feet away. It would be Lubu's turn. I'll play him. Where'd you guys go? Okay. Ryuki. I think they went that way. Alright, Shizuka, your turn.
Wow. Your impressions are just...
I know, they're spot on, right?
You should be in acting, man.
I thought about it.
In regards to me... Sprint is double movement but no action, right? Just to confirm.
You would take the dash action, so you would move you would move your speed again, and then that's it.
You would still have a bonus action.
If you had something that would grant a bonus action, yes.
And where are the dogs currently? Like right here?
They would be pretty much in melee with Hal and Makoto, even though they'd be about 10 feet away from where the boss was, maybe 5 to 10 feet away from your companions. You would be very close to within like touching range if you use the dash.
So I'm confused why Makoto's over here though.
Because
it's
anyway.
theater of the mind.
Yeah.
So Shizuka will just dash in toward them. And
what are you trying to reach? Your companions? You trying to reach?
Trying to reach Namai.
Okay, yeah. You will be essentially when you get there. It will be you separated by these shadowy demon dogs, and then Namai.
All right. And I guess like as a bonus action, like she'll just yell at the dogs, like "Over here, you mangy mutts!"
Okay.
Like she'll just.
Yeah, they just growl and hiss and scratch. Top of the order is Sao.
What is this place's name, by the way?
This village?
Yes.
I don't think it was ever given a name. I don't think anybody ever asked.
I don't believe it was.
Huh.
So the devil dogs are accosting Namai.
That is correct.
Yes. I'll take aim at one of the devil dogs.
All right.
And let off yet another. Sorry.
It's okay.
On talk to myself.
A 20 will strike. Roll damage. All right. Again, it pierces the dog's hide, but that poof of smoke comes up. The bolt strikes it, kind of it's in its hindquarter. After a few moments, it will fall to the ground and make that clank sound. Oh, nice. Is that your end of turn?
I think it's pretty obvious.
I don't know. ND. Okay. Richado. That's awesome. In fact, take a point of inspiration. Just kidding.
Ricardo is going to shout for the villagers to rally. See if he can begin get it.
So let's make some sort of charisma-based roll there. What do you got for me, buddy?
I wish I knew the fucking place for that. But,
Oh, if you can't think of a skill, let's just make a simple charisma check.
Oh, no, I meant the name of the village is just going to be like... I don't know what it's called, but rally to me, villagers!
Okay.
You're not Brigitte.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, so you're not going to get any immediate combatants now. However, you think that you caught the ear of maybe 2 or 3 of the townsfolk as they turn, look at you, take a moment to kind of comprehend what's going on, and they seem to be reaching for their short bows and long bows.
Awesome. Ricardo is then going to turn back and begin charging at the dogs, I'm going to say.
Okay, you can move your movement, and if you had a ranged weapon, you'd be in... well, actually, you were kind of towards the front of the pack. I think that you could reach the closest one.
Alright. So, moving in... I'm going to take a swipe at the nearest... And let's see what happens.
You miss.
I wish I had a
wildly.
Can I use my inspiration post act? Or do I have to declare that before? Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. Save advantage.
I mean, you can if you really want to.
Nah, I'll save that. In case.
Again, they're not just standing there barking at Namai. Obviously, they're actively trying to pretty much maul and eat her. Have you seen Cujo?
Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna take that. I'll use that. I've had this thing for like matches.
Yeah. Again, you can tell that they're tearing the flesh and biting, and she's not doing so good right now. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
So with a 23, so does a 23 hit?
Yeah, it does hit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and you stick one with your weapon. Again, kind of that plume of misty smoke rises off its body. Makoto.
I'm going to try to get between Namai and these dogs.
Okay, so I will let you either do an acrobatics or an athletics to try to force yourself in there. Your choice.
Acrobatics.
Okay, make me a check. Okay, so you, with a 16, you're going to be able to weasel yourself in, and you're going to be able to at least separate yourself off one of the attackers.
Can I stab a different one, or does that count as my action?
That's going to take up your entire move action. You will still you can take an attack action.
All right. Well, one of the ones that I haven't interposed, I'm going to attack. With
Try to stick it real quick.
Yeah. You know what? I'm using my inspiration on this.
Okay. What?
It did not matter.
It did not matter.
Wow.
You are going to strike. Roll damage. Okay, still a good strike there. It obviously does not like getting poked in the ass. Hal, your turn.
I'm going to turn to Makoto and say, "Can you handle this?"
We've got this.
I'm going to run after the demon.
Okay.
And use my bonus action to Step of the Wind, which doubles my movement speed,
All right.
so I can catch up to it.
One of them is going to take the advantage and try to bite at you real quick. All right. So as you are kind of, busting ass out of there, you trying to take off like a streak of lightning, one of them turns suddenly, snaps at you. It's going to catch a piece of your cloth, from your vestments or robes or whatever, just tear a small corner off, but no damage on your body.
All right, and then just for flavor, because I'm attacking at the end of this, for my Step of the Wind, I'm basically just going to jump in the air and anybody looking down the way kind of just sees how blink forward and just bring his quarterstaff down, and I'm going to try to attack.
Awesome, and it's a strike.
And it's max damage.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love when flavor gives me
so
some nice
right, the demon's sitting there, just kind of laughing and trying to make its way away, and you just basically just fly over there, striking him. That's some good damage. Again, as you bring your quarterstaff down, part of his body and armor just kind of slides away because of how the shadowy mist is working. You feel like you made some headway with that one.
And that's one more point of key down.
Right? Anything else?
That's everything I have, because that's move, bonus action, attack.
That is
action.
epic. All right, so let's start taking some here. I got to think here. Richado, Makoto, I need you guys to make me wisdom saves.
Good. You gotta choose one I'm not good at.
Okay, Makoto, you are going to make it. Richado, you are feared.
Brilliant. As soon as I tell
I mean, you really can't get much closer to them.
Correct, but I mean it's still an action there. Again, as they're ripping and tearing into Namai, they let out this blood-thirsty, blood-curling howl. It just rattles you to the core, Richado. And let's see, this demon. All right. So let's do a quick grapple check there, Hal.
All right, that's athletics or acrobatics to resist, correct?
I believe that is correct, because the attacker has to do athletics.
Okay, that's actually
Okay. So as this large figure tries to impose its will upon you after being struck by your quarterstaff, he gets a partial hold on you, but you're able to just kind of reverse it real quick and escape. He is none too pleased. All right, so Lou. Oh, they're over here still. I'm gonna run up and try to hit them.
Thank you.
And Ryuk is going to again try to dash in. They'll be able to actually. They would have ran in the last time. Not that the map matters. Let me just roll for him real quick. What's the damage on Lou's staff if somebody can roll it as though it was a crit as he comes in on one of these dogs and just lays hell down? Ryuki misses.
I'm looking up what is it a pike or is it a...
He has a...
It's a glaive.
He has a
a glaive.
D10.
I think it's
D10 slashing.
So I was gonna
10
say,
plus strength.
if Ryuki misses, I kind of want to say how they're racing for the same one. Hal smashes into it first, and then
Oh no, they're attacking the dogs. I'm like 60 feet down the way.
yeah, they're at the dogs.
Yeah.
Hal gets the one, and then
Thank you,
it
Sal.
pushes it out of.
I'm Hal.
Not Hal. Lou. I apologize.
The second one is for the bippity bop.
Awesome.
Oh, he has a 2d4 bop.
Yeah, it's
No, he crit.
Oh, double dice. Right,
Yeah.
right.
pretty good. You guys can tell that are up there around these dogs. You can tell that he did some pretty good damage there. It is Shizuka's turn.
Am I in any range of the? I have to move and then be able to hit the dogs, right?
Yes.
Well, you
Okay.
didn't you move in last time?
No, I dashed in, but I wasn't in range.
You will be able to hit the dogs this round. If you want to melee,
Alright,
you
so
can
she's gonna-
melee.
Yeah, so she's gonna move in, and with her trusty hammer, smack one of the dogs. All right, hammer, please.
Oh, that crit. All right.
And then damage. Wow.
Yeah, not bad. You strike one of the dogs. For simplicity's sake, we'll say it was the same one that Lou just smacked as well. All this sudden damage on this creature, it actually whimpers a little bit.
And she looks at her like, well, go. Shoot.
All right. Everyone with a passive perception above 15, you guys are going to start to hear the sound of like metal clanging. Trying to think of something that might be close, like maybe if somebody had a lot of coin together and it's clanking it together, but that's not quite right. It's metal. You guys can hear it coming.
Does it sound like
coming
running in armor?
No, it doesn't sound like it's running. It's like shring, shring. You will hear it coming from above you, like on the rooftop. You won't be able to see it, obviously, with your passive perception, but those with passive perception 15 or higher can hear this. Isao, it is now your turn.
Isao does not hear this. So, are all the dogs dead?
No, you think one of them is pretty injured. One of them is turned away fighting Makoto, and the other one is still attacking Namai. She is turning into a bloody mess at this point.
I'll attack the last one that's still attacking
Okay.
her. And not
Unfortunately, no. Just, you try to size up that shot, and there's just too many bodies in there to get a really accurate shot. You erred on the side of caution, and unfortunately, it's a miss. Richado, you may make me a wisdom save. Not that it truly matters too much. Yeah, you fail. Okay.
You just see Ricardo kind of wildly slashing at this point at the one because he's feared from it. Can't move any closer.
Okay.
But not backing down though.
Okay.
Fight or flight.
You're like, trying to hit it like
Get away
like
from
Richard
me!
Pryor.
Yeah. Pretty much.
No. Yeah.
don't touch me.
Again, it's just there's something about it. Like you just do not want to be here. Your body tells you, or your mind tells you that you need to go, and your body's like, I'm staying right here. It's conflicting, and you miss. Makoto.
I'm gonna stab the dog that's still attacking Namai.
Okay.
Back the fuck off!
A 15 will strike. All right, 9 points as you pierce him with your pike. Hal, I believe it is now your turn. You just squared off with this guy. He tried to manhandle you, basically.
It is now my turn. Ducking out of its grip, I'm going to swing at it again with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Oh, I am so happy with my rolls tonight.
Yeah, that is a strike.
And fuck it, final key, flurry of blows.
Okay. A strike. A strike. Wow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wow. As you just, you Owen Wilson, like, wow, 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 on this guy.
And just like,
no.
Basically how like swings his quarterstaff into its side, and then it's just like, as he's wailing into it with punches, it's just like, you're not getting away from me.
Perfect. As you bring your staff down, you just quick 1-2 punch him. It's enough to actually stagger him back just a couple feet. Just enough. He's still within your melee range there, but sends him reeling back just a little bit. And again, you hear that loud clink clink sound. So pretty much everyone can hear the sound now. Those who heard it before are going to be able to pinpoint where it is. Standing on top of the rooftops, you can see a tall, slender figure, kitsune, like a white creamish fur with very, very like yellowish kind of accent spots on the cheeks, the large saucer-shaped hat in her, or it appears to be female, in its clutches, a long staff with a metal ring on top with several other rings kind of colliding as it's moving around, making that clanking sound. It spins its staff and launches it towards the ground. You can hear another cling sound as kind of the shadow starts to lighten on these creatures. You feel
in the middle of this. In the middle of this, Makoto's probably gonna be saying something along the lines of, "No fucking way."
Again, as this, your characters, especially those who are kind of close to the supernatural or the religious side, can feel the goodness radiating from that point. Every attack that all the characters have now against these shadowy creatures is at advantage.
Is that?
Wait, ours or theirs have advantage?
Player characters have advantage.
Ours. Okay.
Hey.
My Discord's fucking itself right now.
Sounds like
so
Discord.
I'm going to restart real quick.
When isn't Discord fucking itself?
Thursdays?
Nah, those are the non-consensual days.
Okay, so Lou just spinning his staff, and making a solid connection there, no crit, brings his glaive down upon one of these creatures. Ryuki swinging his sword, again, another strike against this. The one that was whimpering falls to the ground, and a mass pool of shadow kind of evaporates away. Ryuki, or Shizuka, your turn.
Seeing as one of the dogs are down, she's going to turn to Namai, walk up to her, and cast Cure Wounds.
Is that a touch spell?
Yes.
Okay, so keep in mind there is still one dog that's attacking her. I will allow you, but you will have to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check to kind of get yourself in that area. The DC is lower because one of the dogs is dispatched and the other one's kind of pushed away by Makoto.
I will attempt the athletics check because that is
okay.
the plus
You're
one.
looking for DC 10. Perfect. So,
Just barely.
Hey, it's still a win. So go ahead and cast your spell on her. Again, you can see her face is just covered in blood.
Yeah, no, let's get her patched up.
Nice. That's a good cure spell right there. All right. Anything else? I believe that's action.
No.
Okay.
That's all I can do. Yeah.
Isao, your turn.
I'll take aim at the last dog.
Remember, at advantage.
All right, will do.
That is a strike. Roll damage. Nice. Again, striking that dog, it begins to whimper.
There we go.
Richado, you may make me a wisdom save at advantage.
All right.
I'm sorry, you didn't do your end of turn macro. Thank you. All right. You have just shrugged off the fear, whether it was the appearance of this. I don't even know how you guys want to describe that. This character, we'll say.
Mysterious stranger.
Right? But you have come to terms with your fear, and you can now face it. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna stab this motherfucker.
You stab that motherfucker.
Let's see how well.
Remember, advantage. Okay, 17 will strike. For 8 points of damage. So, again, not as forceful as the first one, but it will let out its final whimper and just kind of dissipate. There is one left. It is on Makoto. Which brings us to Makoto.
In the middle of fighting, Makoto's going to make a small gesture of thanks to the mysterious stranger.
Okay.
And then unleash hell on this fucking dog.
What is your passive perception score?
Uh, 10 plus whiz.
Yeah.
Okay. You think that they give the ever so slightest kind of head nod to you. But carry on.
Yeah. Bitch getting stabbed.
Ooh, that is a strike.
Oh my god, a 20 would have been perfect there.
That would have been awesome. All right, 9 points of damage. Nice. You seem to be on a roll with that number. All right, I believe that takes us up to Hal. Again, you just kind of knocked this character back a few steps. It seems to be almost shielding its eyes from the staff that is on the ground. What do you wish to do?
Wait, there's a staff on the ground in front of me?
No, it would be between your fight and the dog fight.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it's like 30 feet from me. Never mind. I was about to say, like, could I make this in one round of movement? But no, it's 30 feet away, and I would have to move more than 30 feet back. Damn you, using Step of the Wind. I was going to go run, grab it, run back in, and smack the thing.
That's funny.
But no, Hal barely, even with his passive perception being really high, kind of just like peripherally notices, but is too focused on beating the shit out of this thing, and is just going to keep wailing on it. So quarterstaff attack, just like basically using it like a spear almost.
Oh, okay.
Shoving it into its chest.
That's a strike. Oh yeah, good damage.
And then basically just like swinging his foot around to the side and like trying to kick it as hard as he can in the side.
24 will strike. All right. Is there anything else that you have?
That is literally everything aside from movement. But I'm not using that because I want to be able to attack of opportunity this thing.
Okay, so basically here's what's going to happen. Again, you reeled it back a couple paces the first time. You come at it strong again the second time. Again, just knocking him back on his feet. He is basically going to just give a small statement here in... hold on, we need some mood music for this, is what we need.
Mood music?
Wait.
Wrong mood.
As he kind of Master will not be pleased about this. We will return, and we will get the girl. No one escapes. And as he kind of transforms into mist, the dog takes its last couple snaps at the girl there, but is quickly beaten down by the party. Combat.
I'm swinging.
Yeah, again, and he again. You're swinging and you're hitting the mist as it's kind of escaping away, and you're probably like, no.
Son of a bitch! And Hal's just now like screaming into the air, coward!
All right, that concludes combat. What do you guys do?
Shizuka is going to attend to Namai's wounds.
Hal spends a few seconds punching the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, awesome. I let that rage out. Shizuka, as you're tending to Namai's wounds, she's thank you, and kind of coughing up blood. You can see that she is just torn limb from limb. She's just hanging on from life. Had it not been for your last minute kind of curatives there, she probably would have died.
At this, Shizuka just says, easy. Don't talk right now, just rest.
Is the guy still on the roof?
Okay. As you guys kind of take a few moments, that person is gone. There is a hole left in the like the cobbled stone area of that walkway, where you can see that something was residing in, and you can see the impact in the kind of superficial kind of cracks around it.
I'm gonna take some time and look at that because that looks cool and interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean you probably you punch the ground. You know how hard it is. You know how strong a character would have to be to impact a blunt steel object into stone.
The party probably notices around this point that Makoto has entirely desummoned his weapon and is kneeling in prayer.
Okay, nice.
Shizuka would do that as well, but she's currently, healing someone.
Hal's going to spend just some time climbing up to the roof and just gonna look around if anything was left behind.
Okay. I want you to make me an investigate roll.
Ooh, I am okay at those. I think. No, I am terrible at those. my passive investigate
Oh my god.
is a what is my passive investigate? It's
14.
10 plus. Yeah, my passive investigate is a 14 because I have a +5 to the passive.
I know, right?
Of a 10.
It's just
But your int is 8.
Well, the problem is you want to focus on this investigation, but probably something else is taking up your mental processes right now. Who is that figure? How did they do that? Where did that demon go? What if I get my hands on him? Yeah, unfortunately, you come up short.
All right, then after I'm done with that, I'm just gonna hop down and just start kind of just walking a perimeter,
okay,
making sure nothing
and
else
you can
attacks.
see several of the villagers that were kind of roused into battle have taken up kind of defensive stance. They've got their bows drawn and they're kind of doing their best to kind of protect you guys, even though there doesn't seem to be any sort of immediate threat or danger.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, that was intense. I liked it.
The fucking thing got away again.
At least you're alive. Small mercies. But still, were you able to do something from it?
No, but it's only its intention. It wants her. It's intent on having her. It said its master was not going to be pleased. They're working for something. Someone. Presumably this Mikaboshi.
It's concerning.
That is disconcerting. He just named one of the major gods.
Yeah, which is why Shizuka's like,
I mean, we know from before who it is, and from as reliable as Kosui is, he's.
I mean,
he hasn't
you're
outright.
right?
He hasn't outright lied to us that I have been able to tell, but he's concealing a lot of truths, and he's the one who gave us that name.
Curiouser and curiouser. Regardless, let's attend to the wounded. She gestures toward Namai.
Okay.
And let's at least fortify the town, so at least that can't happen again.
This is the guy. Is this the same guy who was like in the temple with us?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. This is one of the people that was in the temple.
Because Namai seems very out of commission right now, I'm going to go up to him and just kind of like give him the brief version of what we fought in there. The specific.
How are you approaching him? Are you trying to give me a little bit of your approach here?
I'm just kind of like flagging him down and saying, "Excuse me."
Yes, can I help you?
So, I know you were in the temple with us. You didn't go as far in as we did. There's something you should know.
What's that?
One of the Yomi we fought in there was, it was comprised of bodies.
Some of the others talked. I heard one person actually got away from that monstrosity. I didn't want to believe that was true.
I'm very sorry to say we defeated it, but with it, they dissipated. I'm very sorry.
There's no. He kind of stammers a bit. There's no bodies.
I'm very sorry. I know this is very difficult to hear, but I didn't want you to go without knowing. Those whose bodies you don't find are unlikely to be found and are likely dead. But I wanted you and your people to know it would be far worse not to know.
Well, I mean, you did what you could, and as far as I'm concerned, you and your companions really stuck your necks out for us. So you'll always be welcome here.
The other thing you should know, the demon that just attacked one of the ones who was in the village very early today, one of the one that was holding you and your companion hostage in the cages, prisoners. It said its master wouldn't be pleased that it wasn't able to recover Namai. I think they have plans for her. I don't know if she will be safe, or how safe she can be. It's something that we will have to discuss with her and with what remains of your people, what to do, whether you should go seek safety elsewhere, or if there is safety that can be had here.
I see. Well, the Kami and Inari willing, if there's anything that I can do or our village can do, just let us know and we will try.
The Kami willing, we can re-sanctify the temple, and it may be able to act as a barrier, a stronghold for your people for the time being until whatever is causing this can be stopped. But I don't know.
You really think so? I have to tell someone of this. Thank you. I'll be back. And he takes off like he's looking for someone.
Best advice I could give him.
You think
go
again
back.
specifically when you started talking about sanctifying the temple and that sort of thing, his eyes lit up like he had an idea.
Well, I'm being helpful. I'm going back to the group and
I'm
just like
helping.
informing them that I've put word out of what happened in the temple and what just went down.
Oh boy, there I go helping again.
Oh boy.
No, that's awesome. You definitely think that you gave that specifically at least that person some hope.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
All right, what's the rest of you guys doing? Anything in particular, or it sounds like maybe the party is overdue for a long rest?
Yes.
All right, do you guys want to take up residence? And obviously they've got some sort of inn or something that they will gladly let you stay in, or there are some vacant homes with beds, etc.
I'm going to look for the residence of some sort with the most booze and help myself to some of that booze.
It's been a long day.
Isao, I know you whispered, do 100%.
Because they're stupid shadow demons.
But Hal, you're not going to have any issues with that.
And I'm gonna help myself not to just like shitty booze. I'm like taking a bottle of top shelf, and
There's really nobody to really stop you guys from.
I also figured they probably wouldn't if they were going to.
There's that odd chance that 1 out of 1,000 where that person's still a stuck-up shrew. But you guys really did kind of help out this.
The shopkeeper,
right? Oh, I just lost gold on that. But yeah, you guys aren't going to have any issues. So we're gonna skip forward in time unless somebody has something very specific they want to do. To you guys are winding down for the night at say like a tavern or inn or something.
I mean, the only thing specific I had in mind was also getting booze, but unlike Hal, I would ask.
Yeah. Again, there's the market runs off of supply and demand. Demand is a little high. Supply is very high, but there just aren't the people to go around. So you guys can get full service for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just making sure that Namai is not going to die from the next breeze.
So you really kind of put in that extra care into Namai's recovery. Okay.
So you're pretty much casting Spare the Dying every hour, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Isao is definitely looking to get some more bolts. He's running low.
Okay. So.
I think we're out of rations, guys.
Yeah.
Between you and I, we can salvage for some rations.
Okay.
That's
So
true.
you guys are kind of talking about this, and the townsfolk are going to overhear this. They insist to let us help you. You've done so much for us. We'll see if we can get the forge going and make some more arrowheads and that sort of thing, and we'll see what kind of rations and stuff that we have around, and that sort of thing. Little things that you guys might need in your adventures.
They're
Don't
so
exert
nice.
yourselves too much.
It is appreciated. Thank you.
All right. Anything specific you guys want to do tonight? If not, we're going to rest and wake up in the morning.
I want to go have a
enjoy
smoke.
some booze.
Oh,
So,
do you guys want to have just a quick 5-minute break?
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
I'm fine with that.
This seems like as good a time as any.
So let's take 5 minutes. Let's be back no later than 10:30 Eastern.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Stay a while and listen.
Ah, good old Deckard Cain.
I was gonna say Ricotta. Oh, probably for the evening is playing in the tavern wherever we're staying.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, patrons, you're not gonna really make any coin, but it will certainly liven some spirits.
Yeah, it's a. I was gonna say it's a mix of something upbeat for a few upbeat songs to like, hey, let's remember who's still God and who's still here. Be happy for the temple is being cleansed, and then every so often he'll throw in a something soft and slow in remembrance.
Like a slow dance?
I'm back.
Something
Welcome back.
reflection-y.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Like, not a funeral dirge, but like something slow and soft for reflection.
Cool beans. All right, so I think I heard everybody's voice, maybe not Asao.
Who is?
Asao.
Makoto.
So,
Oh.
Did you die, IRL? Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of a dick. Because if he died in real life, I will feel bad.
For about 5 minutes, right?
No, a little bit longer.
I'm kidding.
At least 7.
I really hate the fact that Tingle's in Hyrule Warriors.
You're playing Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah. I just don't like Tingle. His moveset makes no sense to me.
What is this?
It's Tingle.
Hyrule Warriors. Basically, have you played any of the Warrior games before?
I've never heard of it before.
You've seriously never heard about Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, okay.
It's Dynasty Warriors, but with Zelda characters.
Oh, okay. And welcome back. All right.
It doesn't fit correctly. God damn it.
What?
I don't know.
2 the leaf and then 2 more.
What's going on?
Appears he took my suggestion. I suggested to one of the townsfolk yesterday that they re-sanctify the temple. They may be attempting to do that now.
Yeah, again, as Hal's kind of explaining to half the party, some of the patrons are speaking to the other half. They're going to let you know that one of the matrons, who is kind of gifted in the old ways, has just... or is performing a ritual this morning to help purify and cleanse the temple. So
Makoto's gonna rush out the door.
Okay.
And Shizuka will follow right after because she's curious.
Okay. 2 of the party members just bolted out. Lou's like,
I'll go.
But breakfast.
Bring it with you.
He probably would.
Yeah.
He's eating oats and stuff, from a wooden bowl as he's moving through the town. I could very much see that. Anyone not going to the temple? Okay, so as you guys arrive at the temple, superficially it's going to look very similar. If you guys, are you going to enter the temple? Looks like there's a bunch of people kind of standing on the steps leading up.
Shizuka's actually going to approach someone like the people on the steps.
Okay.
And
you approach. It looks like maybe it's a couple. I don't know. The male figure has a little one up on his shoulders and is kind of prancing, dancing, kind of in a lively mood. You can see that a few of the other patrons here, they have small drums and stuff that they're banging, and those clicky blocks.
Would Shizuka recognize this practice?
Yeah, it was very, very common for a lot of the festivals.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. As you approach them, the female will kind of look over at you and smile. Did you ask a question? I may have missed it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
So, she's just approaching, she's just going to ask, I'm assuming the purification's going well?
She seems pretty excited. Well, I mean, we're hopeful, We're hoping to be able to head inside here in a little bit.
And she'll just look to Makoto. Would we be allowed in?
You're asking Makoto?
Yeah.
Asking if I would be allowed in?
Yeah, or if we would be allowed in general.
I mean, I might be. I'm not sure about the rest of you.
I mean, if we're offering aid in some way, I doubt they would turn it down.
Makoto's going to turn to that couple.
Okay.
Would it be all right if a Blade of Inari and his companions entered the temple at this time?
Yeah, I don't see why not. And again, as she's kind of talking to you guys, you can see the crowd gets kind of silent as they're looking on as the matron is stepping out with kind of some anointing oil and burning some sort of incense or something as she steps out. She doesn't give much of a speech, but she bows in front of everyone, and several of the community start to move forward into the temple.
Well, never mind. I guess there was no point in me asking.
Yeah. Again, the crowd is it's not a ton of people. I mean, we're talking like 20 max, but they're all kind of pushing towards into the temple. Does anyone not follow the current, so to speak?
I thought we were going in there
gotta take a
yesterday.
call.
I kind of figured we were going in here yesterday, so...
Okay, so I'm not hearing any objections. So again, as the small crowd of people start to move inward, as you guys enter in the temple, you can feel just kind of a general sense, whether it's placebo or not. That maybe things have been sanctified here. Standing at that front. The room where it had the asp statues?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That has been gone. There are no longer any asp statues. In the center back of the room stands a tall statue to Inari. There are 3 offerings that are set there. A kind of a large wooden chest. In the middle, some sort of... it looks like it's a wrap. You know how children get delivered by the storks, where it's kind of wrapped up in a bundle? Something similar to that in the center, and then another smaller wooden box off to the right. As the townsfolk kind of look and see, and kind of inspect the statue, give small prayers, that sort of thing.
So big wooden box, small wooden box, stuffed burrito.
Essentially.
All right. I am going to mention to the party we should probably let whoever seems to be in charge of almost like the guards, we should let them know about the other entrance we found, and that they should block off the cave system.
Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to kind of pick out maybe a couple people in the crowd that look more soldierly, or those that you had seen before.
What happened to the old statues that were in here?
God magic.
Just removed.
All right, I'm willing to accept the kami. That's a pretty reasonable explanation.
Divine magic. It makes shit disappear and reappear.
Fair enough. I am not one to question the godliness, so...
All right. Again, as the people are kind of filtering through, it's almost your party's turn to be kind of up front by the statue. Being up close, you're going to notice a couple things. On the large box, you're going to see what looks like a small... I don't want to say it's a scroll, but it's kind of like a piece of parchment that's been spread out. There is a symbol of a white kind of fox, and inscribed upon that says Shizuka. On the center item, again, not a scroll, but a small parchment. it doesn't really have a name on it per se, but it's kind of like adventurers is the closest thing that might be inscribed upon there. The one on the right hand side, the smaller chest, again, this one has a dark kind of fox symbol on it, and inscribed on the scroll it says Makoto.
Huh.
Oh, somebody left you. Somebody left you do something.
Well, since Shizuka seems to have disconnected from Discord, I'm going to
Okay.
at least examine.
You were going to what?
I'm gonna examine the small box.
Okay. Do you open it? It looks like very, very fine craftsmanship.
The gift.
I'm gonna just glance around, see if see if anyone's like going to stop me from opening it.
No one's going to stop you, but a lot of the villagers are looking at the group, not just anyone in particular, but the entire group, in kind of awe and anticipation on what's going on. What are they going to do?
What's in the fucking box?
Hal's gonna just spend a minute and just like use his staff kind of like a walking stick and like lean his head down a bit and say a small prayer of like basic general to the kami prayer of protection for the people of the village kind of thing.
Very good. I imagine that would make you feel warm inside.
Wow.
Wow.
Timing.
Wow.
Anyway, I guess I'll slowly open the box that's got my name on it.
Okay. Inside, you can instantly tell that it is something made of leather. The box is very nice. It's not hinged, but it's worked in such a way that you can kind of open it and it's very easy to remove, set to the side. You're going to find a set of leather armor. It looks very nice.
Oh. I'm going to graciously take that armor and turn towards the crowd and nod in appreciation.
Okay. They kind of ooh and ah.
After saying his prayer, if nobody else is going to, Hal's going to open the thing that says adventurers on it.
Okay.
Because he figures that qualifies as him.
As you kind of look closer at that inscription, you can see that technically everyone's name is written on there. And you open up that kind of bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's essentially two items. One is a kind of small pouch. Think of what a lot of people keep dice in now, or like Crown Royal bags. Some small satchel, kind of like that. The other one, it looks like a small decanter is not the right word, but it looks like a very small gourd or like a soju bottle.
Okay. I'm
I
going
like
to...
how you specifically deconfirmed that it was a decanter of this water.
I'm gonna show them to the group and the crowd and just kind of like bow a little bit in thanks.
Yeah, at this point you can hear some of the townsfolk, bless the kami, bless Inari.
And then he turns back and does another little like bow to the statue.
Did we completely lose Shizuka?
Sounds like
okay.
They're back.
So
There's
what
a
did I miss?
box with your name on it.
What?
There's literally a box with your name on it. Like
That is not a figure of speech.
Not a figure of speech. It's a box, and it has a thing on it that says Shizuka.
Where did this box come from?
It was in front of a statue.
Unclear.
Is it? Well, we found. Well, I use the term "find" loosely, but we found it like in front of a statue to Inari as like kind of like an offering to us.
Okay. Shizuka's going to look at this box, and she's going to cast Detect Evil.
Okay, go ahead and mark off that spell slot, because I imagine you're not going to stand there for ritual for 10 minutes.
No.
Okay, as you're detecting evil, you will pinpoint someone... No, I'm kidding. You are not detecting any sort of evil.
Okay.
Ew.
It points right at Hal. Hal's like, what? What? Why me?
Oh, I didn't. That points to one of our party. Oh, I didn't tell you.
Oh
guys
yeah,
I was
oops, my
evil?
bad.
Oops.
You were not sensing any evil.
Alright. So then Shizuka's just going to gently open the box. Hang on.
Okay.
This needs proper music. And yeah, so she's gonna open up the chest.
Okay, as you open up this box, again, it is larger than the other one. You're instantly going to tell that it is something made of metal, and you are going to find a very high-quality shield inside.
Huh.
It seems to be adorned with the insignia of Inari.
Well, this is fascinating. She's actually going to put it on her arm, like as if like actually equip it. And does it like feel odd or anything, or? Well, actually, she's actually going to study it. So I'm assuming that's a perception.
I would say inspect might be better. Or yeah, inspect. Is that right? Something like that.
You mean
investigate? There we go. Same. You know what I meant.
Search.
Okay. Again, as you're looking over the shield, you can tell it is a very high craftsmanship. Whoever made this was touched kind of by the gods themselves. Down, you know, from the riveting to the strap, every part of this just sings quality.
All right then. So she's going to like to strap the shield on her back, and then like, is there anything else in the box that might go to anyone else?
That is all that is in the box. Same for the other box as well, Makoto.
I kind of figured.
Oh, there was a box from Makoto as well?
Yes, it seems you two were
and there was
singled
a larger
out.
one for the rest of the party.
Huh.
As the religious-y people.
And she'll just look over at Makoto. So what did you get?
I got some really nice leather armor. I presume it's magical in some way.
Yeah.
In terms of mechanics, it is a +1 shield and a +1 set of leather armor.
Oh,
Ooh,
bitchin'.
nice.
And then
I imagine you guys can figure out what the other items are, but upon your first use, you'll
Wait,
figure.
what other items?
There was a set that.
well, there was also a satchel of some kind, and like a gourd that looks like it might contain some kind of fluid, but it is very specifically not a decanter. But like we can take some time after we're away from the crowd and equivalent of short rest and figure out what they are. Hal is just gonna like walk towards the crowd and like, having paid his respects to the kami, start heading towards the entrance of the temple.
Okay.
And just wait outside for everybody else.
No problem. As you head outside, you will actually see it looks like maybe this kitsune is a merchant of some sort. He's got his hands are kind of full as he's got a few things. He seems to be looking for someone in your party. He doesn't actually lock eyes with you as you come out, as he's just kind of searching around. Again, there's a lot of hullabaloo going on.
Yeah. That said, we do kind of stand out in the giant crowd of fox people as the not fox people.
Foxes,
Fair
foxes, human and a fucking red
Foxy lady.
Hal's just kind of going to kind of like go to the side of the stairs, sit down, and finish off the last of the booze from last night or something.
No problem. Are you guys all just making your way out of the temple?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys come out, again, that kind of merchant was looking side to side. He'll catch sight of several of you. He'll kind of try to make his way, as there are several other people maybe trying to try to speak to you as well. I know it's not much, but here are some of the things that you guys requested. All right, so items. You guys probably want to write this down. There are 2 small cases. They look like bolt cases. They have 10 bolts each.
That's going to
definitely go to
They are going to give you about 3 bottles of wine.
Nice.
And several bags of rice.
Nice.
Unfortunately, that's about all that they could come up with.
It's more than enough.
Have we burned through the entire barrel o' rice? Because we do have a barrel o' rice
On the boat.
I mean, I think it's what
yeah,
you had.
but like we can refill it. We have a barrel that can be filled with rice. Is anybody other than the bolts? Is anybody specifically taking anything, or should I mark it down on party loot?
Just mark that as party loot for now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how many bags of rice?
I didn't quantify, but there are 5 bags of rice.
5 bags of rice.
Each
and,
bag would feed your party for a day.
and bottles.
Oh,
of
so they're
wine.
party rations. Cool.
Essentially,
Nice.
but they're good food. Like you can tell that they are giving you some of the better quality stuff.
So good wine, good rice.
Yes.
How many bottles of wine did you say?
3.
Or did you know? 3 bottles of wine, 5 bags of rice. Cool.
Seems
was
like
Makoto will bow to the merchant. What you provided us is more than enough. Thank you.
You guys are heroes. You're welcome here anytime.
Well, then we will accept your hospitality with grace. Shizuka says with a small bow.
Merely doing Inari's work, sir.
All right. Again, the townsfolk are more than able and willing to speak with you all day about your exploits and da-da-da-da. But what does the party intend to do at this point?
I don't know
think-
about everyone else, but I want to go see Namai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to make sure she's not dead.
Okay.
Smart. We should probably also head out at some point.
Okay, so we'll deal with Namai
We will.
first, and then we'll talk about moving out. You guys visit Namai. She is not. She's better. She's not on the verge of dying, quote unquote. She's not able to really get out of bed much. You don't think that she would be able to travel with you if you asked, though. If you gave it a few weeks, she may be able to. Again, that's just kind of the state, her physical state. Her mental state, she's kind of bad off right now. She slips in and out of consciousness. She seems to what we would equate to almost dementia. She has panic attacks. She's not doing well.
Hal, you did say that Ricardo's going to say this quietly to
Hal will pull that if with you starting to talk about I'm gonna pull you away from mine.
Okay, perfect.
Because just in case.
Okay, fair enough. Ricardo will come with you, and let's just step out into the hall.
Okay.
So you did mention that. Well, what was the Yomi saying?
Its master won't be pleased that it couldn't get her. I think they're gonna try to come back for her, but with our job, I don't know that we can stay here. And with the Yomi popping up all over, I don't know that we can spend too much time here. I think the safest place for her is in the defenses of the village, inside the newly sanctified temple. Because we can't bring her with us like this, and we can't wait. We can't wait a few weeks for her to recover and come with us. I think she'll be safest amongst her people.
Probably. No, I just wanted to make sure.
And with her deity, who can hopefully provide some measure of protection. Perhaps the woman who performed the rites here this morning can provide some measure of healing if she knows the old ways and the ways of healing and of the kami. I also don't know if it's safe to tell her any of this yet. She's just been through hell.
Yeah.
And she just got back from being possessed by one of them. To tell her now that they're after her, I think we need to wait for her to at least recover, for her to be informed, and I don't know if we can stick around that long. This is obviously something to discuss amongst the entire group, and definitely out of earshot of Namai. And I think we should go and get the... damn, I still haven't gotten his name. The other Kitsune, who went into the temple with us. The one who organized having the sanctification done. I think he might make a good guardian. Damn, did we ever find her brother? Brother? Son?
Kise?
Did we ever find her? Did we ever find Kise?
It seems he disappeared.
Makoto said that he saw him.
That is correct.
We never.
Did we go back and look for him again?
I think we've got to do if we are going
Out of character,
to go back,
yes, we did.
Oh,
we
and he was gone.
Yeah.
The first time we went back, he was gone. We have not gone back to actually search deeper, aside from...
Well, where was he?
I'm not sure Makoto has actually mentioned where he was.
Makoto? Where was he?
Makoto's actually having...
Yeah, you guys stepped away from the party. You would have to move back in.
Oh, okay. I will kind of stick my head into the room and say, Makoto, can I have a word for a moment?
Makoto is not paying attention to you. He is kneeling at the bedside.
Okay.
I throw a coin at him. Not hard, just to get his attention.
Okay.
He's trying to talk to Namai.
Yeah. Makoto, you're very deep in your concentration, whether it's in prayer or just your thoughts to Namai. You've been at this for several minutes, and then you will feel something hit your back. It'll break your concentration just a moment. You can obviously choose to ignore it.
You can also mark yourself up 1 gold.
No, it will roll to the floor.
Well, no, I'm not getting it. If he ignores me, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, that's up to Makoto.
He's busy.
Makoto will pick up the coin. Yes.
You got a minute?
I guess I do.
Cool.
I'll head outside.
Sorry, you seem distracted, and I needed to get your attention, and didn't want to disturb Namai too much.
I wanted to reassure her of things, but okay.
Oh, so Ricardo said you found her son. Where was he?
He was in the temple. He was the one who gave me that cog that we used to drain the water.
Well, where in the temple?
He was behind bars, and he said not to worry about him. I tried to go back and find him, but he was gone the next time I was there.
One more thing that I think we'll need to wait to tell her.
I already said it to her.
Oh, never mind.
That said, I don't think he... I do not think he's dead.
Do you think they could have taken him as a placeholder for her? They seem very intent on getting her. By the way, you didn't tell her that they're specifically after her yet, did you?
No.
Okay, good.
I was trying to reassure her, not scare her.
Cool. Let's let them tell her once she's recovered significantly. I was also going to go and find the Kitsune, the villager who went with us into the temple with Namai and who organized the rites. I think he might be a good guardian for her, as I don't think we can stay long enough for her to recover.
Mikaro will glance back into the room. That's probably a good idea.
You can see her, she's really starting to kind of sway and kind of like a child that's lying asleep at night and maybe is having some sort of nightmare, just kind of thrashing about real suddenly every now and then.
All right. I will go try to locate him in the village. I think at this point, maybe given all we have to do still, we might be able to spend an extra day, help them fortify the temple a bit, set up some defenses, and then head out tomorrow. If the party is amicable, we can run this by all of them. But I think that might be what we can offer them.
Well, Kami permitting, if anything does go wrong, I get the feeling that Inari would let me know if my presence is needed back here.
I would hope.
Okay. As soon as you kind of say that, Namai just sits up suddenly in bed. I imagine Shizuka and Isao are kind of standing very close. It might even take you two by surprise, and she just starts screaming out words. Bloodfang, the moon, the stake. No, and she falls back down.
With passive perception, was that loud enough for me to?
Oh, she's screaming. Yeah.
Oh, I just burst into the room and say, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah. About that time, she's finishing her last phrase and collapses in the bed. Again, real deep breaths.
Shizuka will actually put a hand on her neck just to make sure that she's still alive. She's still alive, right?
Fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where's the moon in its cycle?
Okay, so now you need to think which moon. Okay, so there are two moons,
Right.
Amma and Suki. Amma travels much faster than Suki does. Amma basically makes a rotation every month, every 30 days. Tsuki is on about a 90-day. So, that being said, Amma in the sky is waxing a little over 50%.
Okay.
Tsuki is waxing at about 10%.
Okay. So There's some time. If this is all out of character, I would assume, by the way, because I don't know that Hal would potentially make the connection. So,
I mean, if you're intelligent, there's.
I'm not intelligent. I'm wise.
Yeah.
I have a -1 int score, but I am wise. I would potentially be able to make connections, but not know things. Hal knows what cycle of the moon it is. He does not know that this is potentially relevant other than the mention of the moon. Okay, so Bloodfang.
I typed that in party chat so everybody can see exactly what she said.
Blood Throne.
Not throne. Thorn.
Blood Thorn.
Blood Thorn. The moon and Fang.
That doesn't sound concerning at all.
Anybody know like history or shit?
Wait, I might, as a bard.
Okay.
My only thing is like the religious aspect of it.
Never mind. I have an int score of 1.
I mean, you can still bardic.
Well done.
I clearly
Was
don't.
not expecting that.
Can't you add your what's it called? Score?
Add your what's it?
Can't you add your bard level to bardic knowledge checks or something like that?
I think that's 3.5 that you're thinking.
That sounds like 3.5.
There's no bardic knowledge set.
Bardic?
I'm thinking of lore. College of Lore has weird.
Yes,
stuff like
where
that
you
or
get to
something.
add your half your proficiency bonus to any kind of check that you normally wouldn't be able to be good at.
Wait, any bard gets that. Just make a fucking jack of all trades check.
Correct.
Oh wait, what
You
is
can
the
add your
line?
proficiency to anything you're not trained in, or
I believe it's half. But
It's half.
yeah, half rounded down, but that's 1. You're adding an extra 1. at
extra
least.
2.
Oh, 2.
Right? You guys are level 4?
Extra 1.
Are you not level
Our
4?
proficiency
Wait.
bonus is still 2.
Oh, yeah.
Half
Yeah,
your
I'm done. I'm
Half your
done.
proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check.
It's still a plus, so. Yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
History,
plus with
yeah,
extra 1.
history would be a good roll.
Maddie, do me a solid.
Yes.
Never mind.
Okay.
Just okay. Do me a solid. Tell me your int.
My int is a 12.
It's a 12.
So
Okay.
+1.
Now click the gear.
For
On your- The gear in the top right corner of your character
Oh.
sheet.
right, that one.
Scroll down and click Jack of all trades.
Oh, there's a jack of all trades button.
Yep.
I forgot this existed. Okay.
There you go. Now you never have to worry about this again.
Problem solved.
Yay.
Yeah, several of you guys try to put your heads together. Bloodthorn, Moon, Fang. Just nothing comes to mind.
This doesn't. We can ask the others. I'm going to go find the one Kitsune who's been very helpful. And see, I can ask if he knows anything about this, or maybe if he's ever heard it. Maybe we can even ask the old woman who did the rite. And Hal's gonna hurry out, unless anybody stops him.
Actually, I had a question. Like, does the Bloodthorn, the mention of Bloodthorn and the Moon and the Fang, does that have like any religious connotations?
You can make me a religion check, and we'll see. Okay, so by religion, it's going to be more maybe occult. So the moon has in the past been associated with lycanthropy. But that's about the closest association that you can maybe make, as far as like a religious type. There have been cults that kind of have worshipped, lycanthropes. It's been a trope that's been stories that's been passed down.
Hmm. So, like, Shizuka will relay that to the party, but she'll voice her doubts that she's not sure if that has any relevance to this.
Well, I'll keep it in mind and bring it up with whoever I talk to about this, and then Al's gonna hurry out to find that dude.
Okay. What are you going to ask him specifically?
First, I'm gonna ask his name because, like, I've been dealing with him for 3 days now,
Yeah.
or 2.5 days now, and have no idea what his name.
Yeah, how rude of me. My name is Tama.
It's rude of you. I've been basically telling you to do things and giving you horrible information for a day and a half, and never asked your name.
No. It's my pleasure. How can I serve?
So I don't know that we'll be able to stay until Namaya is completely recovered. I wanted to ask you if you would mind watching over her once we leave. It's likely going to be a while, possibly a week before she is fully recovered.
Speak no more, brother. We will watch her.
I also wanted to ask you if there was any local lore that there's something specific that she mentioned, almost frantically, in a nightmarish state. I wanted to ask if there was any local lore that it rung with, or if you knew who I could talk to about said lore.
I would speak to Matron Kira. She is the oldest and wisest amongst us.
Is that the woman who performed the rites?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I will speak to her. Would she still be at the temple, or
that would be my best guess? Yes.
All right, I will speak with her.
Don't trouble yourself. I can go find her.
No, it's no trouble. It's with potential implications of what Namai said. In the state she's in, I don't want to worry too many of the villagers.
I see. I won't say a word.
I would prefer to handle this personally. I'm not going to give you too many details. Just until it becomes relevant.
Okay.
If it becomes something, actually, no. As you're going to be her protector for the time being, you should know. So, in her state, she said the words, the blood thorn and the moon fang. I don't know if that means anything to you, but she was panicked, shouting.
I'm sorry.
All right.
So
I will ask this elder
okay,
of yours.
so we're gonna speed things along here. I really do love the roleplay, but we're gonna try to get moving here. So you're gonna speak with the matron, and here's the information the matron's gonna have for you. She once heard a story. There was somebody passing through the village maybe a few months ago, before all this trouble happened. And they said something about the forest being corrupted to the north. She thinks that they referred to it as Bloodthorn. That's all the information you're going to get out of her.
Okay. I'm going to ask her for a description of this person.
It was an elf that traveled through the lands.
Oh,
yeah. They're no longer in this village. Again, it was somebody who passed through.
I was basically asking is this Kosui?
Oh, I got
you. No,
she does not describe Kosui.
Okay, that's like once she says like it's an elf, I'm like, oh, okay, it's not.
I gotcha.
Who I thought. And I'll thank her and return to the party.
I can't help. I like the implication. I didn't really notice any details. I don't see many elves. It's an elf. They stick out compared to what I'm used to seeing.
Right. All right. So if there's nothing else pressing, I imagine the party wants to keep moving forward. But where are you guys still gonna continue to move down the river?
that corrupted force to
I
the
assume
north.
Hal shared that information with us.
Oh yeah, no, I share that information and say, she mentioned something about the Bloodthorn being the corruption in the forest to the north, which sounds like what we're looking for.
Yeah. Like not only does that sound like what we were initially looking for in the first place. Have you guys noticed something?
About what?
Or rather, have you noticed the lack of something?
The lack of
I
coastal?
was wondering when that was going to come up.
Yeah, that is odd. Perhaps because we didn't vanquish the Yomi. Though I would assume a giant 9-headed snake monster would probably fetch a fair bit of black crowns.
Yeah,
That's
but he still
probably
hasn't
not
shown
his
up,
main-
which means our job here isn't done.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so just to back up a little bit, who is this Kosui person? Since I wasn't here, really. You don't, out of character. You don't actually have to explain this. I'm just making a note of.
Oh, this is out of character. Who is Kosui?
No, out of character.
In character. I explain who Kosui is.
Okay.
Lols.
Compressed.
Basically, our mysterious benefactor for the day. Several days, actually.
He shows up whenever we've cleansed a village of its ills.
So
he didn't direct us here, though.
He gave us a hint.
In the past, he's always directed us. He didn't tell us about this.
He did direct us here.
Did he? He directed us to... Oh.
He directed us into mine.
He told us how to get here, though we knew that already.
Fair.
That's almost a direct quote as well.
It's as if he wanted us here.
Do we go back into the temple? Do we try to clear the village?
I'm going to scout out in the forest, at least a little bit, but I'll be back.
All right. Also, who the hell was the guy on the roof? You guys saw the guy on the roof, right?
I think so.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right, I'm going to be back with the party.
Kim?
All right. Well, I don't have anything to do, so I'm just going to, go offer my help at the temple to set up defenses. And, if I get a chance, maybe just, kind of scout the edges of where people are going to and just make sure there's no odd occurrences there.
Shizuka will actually go to the temple as well. And this time she'll offer her services, if they need help consecrating the place.
Yeah, not a problem. So, are you guys intending to kind of wait and see if Kosui shows up? Is that what the party plan is?
I thought the plan was to help fortify. I figure while we're doing that, since I'm not too good at that, I'm gonna scout that forest using my the skills I learned as a hunter-gatherer.
Okay. So give me a survival check. Okay.
Man.
So you kind of test the water, so to speak, around the area. You are not going to come across this quote unquote corrupted forest. Either you can't find it, or it is much farther away than you had anticipated.
Well, I said I'd be back shortly, so I'm not gonna dally too long.
Okay.
I'm headed back.
Are you guys so I guess here's the question. Night is going to be approaching here soon. So I imagine you guys probably, as this day is going to go quote unquote uneventful, obviously you guys are helping out and doing things. But nightfall is coming. Do you guys intend to then take off in the morning, or are you still going to try to wait for Kosui to see if he shows?
We tend to leave in the morning. Like, we're just fortifying the place.
Yeah,
and coming back.
if Kosui was going to show up, he would have done so by now.
Yeah. And we would have heard his music, too.
It's actually playing right now. It's been playing for a while.
Oh, it has?
It's just mysterious music. It's just my default. Okay, so morning's going to come. And as you guys are kind of getting your things around, you are going to see Kosui kind of move in towards the edge of town. He hasn't actually moved in yet. His cart seems to be stuck in one of the ruts, and his henchmen, one of them is just trying to give it a good push from behind as the other one's trying to steer it. And he's got his one hand kind of flapped over, well, I won't go into details, but and with his other hand, he's got it kind of up on his temples, on his forehead, and he's just shaking it back and forth.
Is this the same henchman?
Yes.
Okay. Hilarious that it's just like them being incompetent and him being mysterious.
Makoto's gonna walk up to them.
Okay.
To the henchman?
To Kosui.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
following.
I guess this explains some things.
Oh, the incompetence. When will I ever find good help?
I mean, it's not like there was a very good path for you to take a cart. Kind of surprised you brought it.
Well, there are a few things to collect here, but I imagine you've had a much more fruitful encounter.
Well, we've
You could say
definitely gained some information,
Oh,
vague as it is.
let me guess. What troubles the northern lands and the chrysanthemum?
Well, a name for one of those things.
A name?
The blood thorn.
Oh, yes, the forest cursed to its very core.
Though the second eludes me still. The moon and the fang.
He kind of strokes. He doesn't have much in the way of facial hair, but he kind of strokes his chin. Interesting. This is one I have not heard.
Ah, it appears I've finally found something to stump you.
Yes, I wish I could be of more help, but these foxes.
What?
The kitsune. They have a few souls that need to find their way. I think they were lost, drifting beneath the temple.
Wow.
Would they be recoverable?
Yes, and that's why I'm here.
I am glad. At least their souls will be at rest.
But don't let me keep you all here. I imagine you have much to do in your travels. I bid thee a fair journey and a safe one at that.
You also may want to check the bottom of the subterranean waterfall. There's something down there that will likely be quite interesting for you.
It probably won't fit in your cart, though.
Oh, you'd
Yes.
be surprised. And on that, you hear the grunt as the guy finally gets it up out of that rut, and they start moving it closer towards town.
Good job, boys.
Are their names Biggs and Wedge by any chance?
No. Well, I mean, you don't know.
Nameless Grunt 1, Nameless Grunt 2.
Works for me.
By the way, you sound a bit tired today, Kosui.
Yes. Traveling with these two, and this is the second time our cart's gotten stuck.
Huh.
Have you
Not
had to
just
get out
this
and
trip?
push?
He kind of does the Han Solo kind of feigned hurt look. Push?
I mean, that's what he has those two for.
I mean, the other question is, why a cart instead of a boat? But
Why would I take a
guess-
boat on land?
you could take a boat on water.
But we're not.
But
And
we're
then-
not on water, are we?
The water's
Ricardo,
like-
just stop.
Okay.
Have a pleasant conclusion to
Yes,
your
good day.
Ghostly.
Good day to you.
Ricardo gives a deep bow.
Okay. And they kind of start moving in towards the town. All right, so you guys, I imagine, kind of talk about what just happens here, but you can also do that in the boats. So, let's make our travel checks here.
Man,
What?
you didn't pay us.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to what he would pay us for
Seriously.
the giant Hydra thing.
Your
But
job's probably not done.
it's not. We were hired to restore the flow of goods, which I assume is being caused by whatever's at the heart of this issue. But we keep running into towns that are
Set upon
plagued.
by fucking monsters.
Well, I
Yeah?
mean, and that is hindering the flow of goods from those towns as well. The primary is the flow of lumber from much further upriver, but it's important that all goods along the river are also restored. Plus, we're gathering information. We have some better idea of what it is. And I managed to stump Koswi, which I am not happy about, as he did not give us information. But also, I'm happy about because I stumped
It means there's
Koswi,
stuff
which
that he
means
doesn't know.
exactly it means he's not all-knowing. So even not gaining information from Koswi, we gain information from Koswi.
That's deep.
I kind of preferred when you didn't explain things, Hal.
Great, now that ruddy mysteriousness is gone. Alright, so again, you guys are going to travel for actually quite some time. You're going to pass the Great Hills there to the west as you move up further up the river. Here, where the river really starts to head into the forest. You guys are going to travel about another half day forward. We're approaching, it is approximately, say, 3/4 of the day is gone. You think that nightfall will be upon you in a few short hours. Here's where you guys are really going to run into trouble. As you are paddling upstream, you start to see these odd, mangled, almost like vines that are starting to grow and encompass through the river. The further north you go, the thicker they become. Eventually, you get to a spot where it's almost as if the river is just drying out. You guys are at a standstill as these vines and stuff have completely blocked the path.
Well then,
Guess it's on foot from here.
indeed.
We might want to, it's getting late, we might want to start looking for a place to camp tonight. Are the vines red?
They are very dark. If you really get up close and investigate, they are green, but they are just so dark they're almost black.
Ugh.
Smooth vines, thorny vines.
Okay, they're not exactly smooth. As you look at them, they look smooth. If you get up there and close, when you to touch them, they definitely have a lot of texture to them. In some places, there are indeed thorns that are growing out of these.
Bloodthorn. This is what stopped the flow of goods from further upriver.
Well, it makes sense. There's no water
There's no
flowing anymore.
river. Yeah. Or rather, it's dried up enough that it's mud. Hal's gonna take out the throwing knife stand like 10 feet back,
Okay.
and basically throw the knife into the vine to like basically try to cut it on the side and see if there's like some kind of sap inside.
Okay. Make me a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You throw it with extreme purpose, and roll damage as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you launch this thing and you cut into the thorns, but none of like, again, it doesn't look like there's any sort of, I don't know, plant juices that come leaking forward. Inspecting the wound in that thorny vine, the knife went in deep. You pull it out, it is not wet. These things are very, very dry.
They're drinking the river dry. We have to find the source of these, I would assume, then.
As you
Seems the path lays itself before
All right,
us.
as you guys take a few moments, a cursory glance, you're gonna, and it is not something where like you guys were going up the river, all of a sudden there's like a foot of vines that are blocking the path, and you couldn't possibly move forward. You can tell that this is thick and moving forward. You can see for hundreds of feet these vines, again, that have kind of cascaded and are completely blocking the river off.
That's lovely.
So,
we could try to clear what is essentially a dam, or we could look for camp for the night and then see if we can find the root cause of these. Try to kill the base plant and then clear it.
is that a pun that just came out of your mouth?
Unintentional, but
Well,
amusing nonetheless.
we could always try fire right now.
Yeah,
Let's make camp and head out in the morning.
They're extremely dry. We could cause a massive blaze that could take out half of the forest as well.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm not sure that'll work.
Okay.
Well, no. It will work!
Let's scout a campsite.
That's what I was just going to ask. If somebody wants to, again, you guys can work together if you want. If a couple of characters are trained in survival, somebody could potentially, aid another. Investigate would also be applicable if you guys want.
Anybody
What are we
have
doing to
higher
make
than
camp?
5 on either investigate or survival?
I have 2 in both of those.
Same.
Okay. I will do a survival check. If somebody will aid me. So
I will aid you with that
Okay,
survival
go
check.
ahead and roll with advantage.
Sweet.
Good thing you had advantage.
So useful. That advantage.
Okay. Did anybody else?
Does anyone else? I know I used the help action, but can I use my survival check?
As you were aiding him, no. It'll have to be someone else.
Okay. Hey, Madison!
Hey, what's up?
Richado, you should do it.
What check am I making?
Survival. And I'm
Or-
suggesting this
Or
because
investigate. Whichever is higher. I'm assuming it's survival. See? No, that's fucking 9s, guys.
Yo, Madison, or Richado,
Yes.
Mhm.
I believe you have something you can do this session only.
Yeah, can I use my one... How does lucky work?
You
Reroll?
roll another die and you can pick whichever.
Okay.
So just roll a d20 plus 2.
Yeah.
It's
you got
after the
this.
fact advantage.
That's a good roll.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
All right.
But-
So again, the party kind of splits up. Some going there, some going here, looking at different things. Okay, so Richado, you're gonna find something that the others really are not going to be able to come across. As you're looking here, and you find this very odd at the beginning, you're going to see, and it was difficult to kind of make out. But you can see several different kinds of steps here. You can see large animal tracks. They seem to have been heading off towards the west. And you can see almost something that looked like... It almost looked like the same indentions that Kosui's cart was leaving. And that seems to be heading off into the east.
So Kosui's cart to the east, and giant monster to the west.
Again, not to imply that it is Kosui. I'm just relating that it is a cart. That's kind of where you got the idea, like, oh, that's what that is. That's an obvious kind of rut. That must have been hell to get through that.
This is probably where he got stuck. The real question is, why the fuck was he coming this way if he was down? Anyway, probably not him. But, so we've got giant monster tracks to the west, correct? Is what you said?
Not giant. They're large animal tracks, paw prints.
So it's a 10 by 10, not a 15 by 15.
Oh, that's pretty meta game.
Out of character, obviously.
A large animal.
Okay.
It could be 50 by 50. You don't know. Just really tiny feet.
Tiny feet. Tiny little footprint. Okay. I'm going to call out and see if anybody's around me.
Okay.
Considering that we seem to have split the party up in a little bit.
Splitting up the party is good.
Yes. Yes, it
Says
is.
the DM.
It has worked for us so many times.
Yeah, this is the only one where it works. The other...
How many times did we barely evade death from that behemoth again?
Oh no, I was talking about like that time Makoto went ahead of us and almost got killed. That other time Makoto went ahead of us and almost got killed.
Normally, I'm the reckless one.
Anyway, high perception. I hear probably.
Do I hear it with a 15?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
again,
it's 16.
you guys would naturally come back kind of empty-handed. You guys really aren't finding anything. And you hear Richado talking about tracks and ruts and what's going on.
I'm gonna pick up some sticks for a fire on the way there because might as well be useful.
All right, so what are you guys doing? You haven't found a real good place to camp here? Found a couple odd things about this place?
Is the place serviceable, at least for a campsite?
I mean, you guys know you could travel south a little more out of this viney area and maybe find a better place to camp. Or again, you guys, you're not exactly all the way into the woods, so to speak, right now. You could kind of go and move towards the hills.
Well,
What
I
do you
want
guys
to
say?
investigate these tracks first.
Like, but should we keep moving or are we stopping here?
How much daylight would be
Maybe an
left?
hour left before the sun's going to start setting.
I think we investigate these tomorrow. It's getting very dark, and we won't be able to find a campsite in the dark.
That's it.
We really should move south and make camp before whatever lurks here in the night comes out to murder us.
Okay.
I mean, tactically, I could find a campsite in the dark, but I see your point.
So yeah, Hal's gonna start heading south and on the way looking for more campsites, like towards the edge of and outside of the vines, I guess.
Yep, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so you guys kind of pull back a little bit and set up camp for the night. As you guys are sleeping and you've got your various watches going on, you're going to hear odd sounds throughout the night, the sounds of creeping and crawling. You swear that there aren't a lot of vines around, but you can almost hear them every now and then. You guys get up to check, and you don't notice really anything like it's, obviously like it's coming after you and that sort of thing. Later in the night, you'll hear a very loud and distinct howl, like maybe it's an alpha wolf or something howling in the distance. Other than that, the night is going to go fairly uneventful. Morning comes.
Does everything look the same as when we went to bed?
Except for it's light out.
Fair.
It
Okay.
is in fact different.
Yeah, the day, again, the sun's kind of starting to come up and things are going to start to warm. However, it looks like maybe there's going to be a little bit of a light rain today.
All right. Rice balls for breakfast. Since we have the barrel of rice and the fancy rice.
Fuck yeah, rice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rice. Okay, as you guys are making breakfast and all that, you guys start to hear sound. And it's an odd sound, especially for where you guys are at. You're making breakfast, and you swear you're hearing the sounds of hooves hitting the ground. Horses.
Huh.
From where?
Okay, so as you kind of try to pinpoint things out, make me a perception there.
I am good at those.
Okay.
I am quite.
Here's the thing that's really going to alarm you, Hal. You know, you're obviously pretty perceptive. It's almost like it's coming from all directions.
I just go alert and just grab my quarterstaff instinctively.
Okay.
And just start swiveling my head, looking for anything. Basically looking for horses, carts, anything that would be generating this noise.
Okay. So, as you're kind of sitting there, you get up all of a sudden. What are the other characters doing at this point?
Makoto is summoning his Naginata and also getting into an alert state.
Okay.
Everybody on alert.
Yeah,
This
could be bad.
I can't tell where this is coming from.
You see Ricardo kind of debating whether to do.
Wow, that was really loud.
That is very loud.
Sorry.
What is that?
You see Ricardo debating to pull out violin, or what is it? Not violin.
Sword or
Okay.
range?
Sword or instrument, basically.
All right.
It's
So
like
again,
right
as the
sword or
party
right.
springs to life around you, you start to see these figures starting to appear from the edges of the forest. That's mostly around you. However, you do hear the sounds of hooves coming from the hill lands that are to your west and south a little bit. These figures that are emerging, they're wearing very kind of brightly colored lamellar armor. Faces, they look almost like demons. You guys would recognize this as being oyori, the very ceremonial type garb that traditional samurai are wearing. And you see maybe 20 or so figures appear out of the forest from the north and the east. It's almost as though that the trees themselves are parting to let these people come in. Also, the group comes in from the west and the south, and they kind of start half circling your camp. One of the characters will hop off and approach the party with kind of a few kind of honor guard as well. Let me throw some things up here real quick.
Hal is just taking a defensive stance during all of this. So, what's it called? Ugh. Basically, it's the defensive stance for +1 AC, just while
Okay.
all of this is going on, just in case.
Isn't that the...
Yes.
You can do it. It's the same thing. It's technically an action. It's just Monk
that
can
dodge?
spend key for bonus action. Yes.
Oh, monk ability. Okay.
It's patient defense that you can technically do as an action or as a bonus action for key.
Oh no, it's the dodge action. So,
Yeah, it's dodge action.
Okay.
But monk words.
Okay, they're really tiny, but
They're really tiny. Eh?
no, they're big now. This is just for effect, as some of these, the main person starts to approach you. He takes off his mengu, and you can see kind of the elderly face, the mustache there, very hard stance and glare as he's moving towards you. Several other people are approaching at the side, some with katana, some with the longbows as they approach you. What are you doing in our woods?
We travel north. The river has stopped allowing passage. We simply rested for the night. We wish no harm.
How do we know you are not Oni?
Do we look like Oni?
Yes. Yes, you do. Alright.
You have... Oh.
At that point, Chizuku will just speak like, really?
You have seen some abnormal Oni then.
Not...
I mean, to be fair, Ricardo raises a hand.
I mean, Richado looks like an Oni.
I don't put it
Yeah.
past anyone.
Surrender your weapons. Come with us. We may spare your lives.
Did anybody hear a good diplomat out of character?
Hear what?
Anybody hear a good diplomat out of character?
The bard?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it is me. Shit.
Again, several more of the warriors again draw arms and are moving towards you. The group of cavalry are kind of encircling the camp. You would estimate somewhere around 30 figures stand before you.
Ricardo is going to play a soft, slower melody on his shamisen.
Okay.
Something to not break tension, but break rhythm.
Okay, so you're trying to kind of charm them over to your guys' side?
Just to try throw them off a little bit before he starts talking.
Okay.
Also buy himself a little bit of time to think of something.
So I would say like diplomacy or charm. I think they both work off of the charisma skill. Is there charm in this one? Persuade, sorry.
Persuasion.
Persuasion,
I think. There is no diplomacy, so I think
Okay.
they just all fall under. Oh, or performance, yeah.
You are playing on your shamisen.
Yeah, I would allow you to use your performance. I think it's going to be roughly about the same.
something I'm vaguely good with.
All right, and he's going to let up for just a second. You have 1 minute to explain.
We are travelers from the great city of Shikon. We have been sent on a great mission to try and find why the trade is all stopped from the rivers up north. We mean you no harm, and we were hoping that maybe we would find some information about the land and why the trade just has dried up. We don't. We wish not to. We do not wish to harm you. We wish to only find a way that we can rectify these issues.
All right. So shortly after you say, "We do not wish to harm you," you cannot harm us.
I also
Grab them.
believe
Take
that.
their weapons.
Well,
Makoto's just gonna like show his weapon real quick. As much as I understand what you're trying to do, but I don't believe I can part with this gift from the kami.
Okay. He will reply, "Then we will send you to meet the kami."
Can we get assurances that once this is resolved, our implements will be returned to us?
He will then kind of stroke at his small tuft of hair on his chin. "You have, by my honor and our clan, my word. But if you are Oni, you are demons, you will be dealt with."
Hal will say, and I respect the honor of all, of any warrior, and present his quarterstaff and like his probably like a fuck ton of other weapons.
I gotcha.
And like he'll basically like pack it up and like put it as like a pack on his quarterstaff and present it, kind of like symbolically.
Okay. So, is anybody going to resist at this point?
See what? So this is awkward.
Yeah, like I was gonna say something, but I couldn't find the time to bring it up. But Shizuka's actually been taking this entire. Shizuka was going to take this time when they first arrived. When they mentioned, "You look like Oni," she wasn't going to say anything, but she was actually going to start a ceremony to create holy water.
Okay, how the ceremony it's going to take
Is a ritual.
It's going to take an hour. I mean, you can certainly do that, but you would know that they're not going to let you spend an hour in a ceremony.
No, see, the awkward thing is when I said I can't part with this, I meant like literally.
I physically can't.
I physically can't.
Out of character, can you dismiss the weapon?
I can't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I mean, you could still. You could. They don't seem that smart. You probably could just outwit them with it and just like every time they take it away from your hands,
Hand it to them; it will disappear, and
and rapier back
just
in your
don't
hand.
summon it again. It's
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
So it sounds like everybody's gonna kind of
Be nice.
right play nice. So essentially, what they're going to do is they're not going to tie you guys up or anything like that. They are going to separate you guys from your weapons, and then you guys will ride horses with them. One thing that you are going to notice as they're kind of coming up through the forest, one of them will kind of hold up a small little charm, say a few just small prayers. And it's almost as if the forest starts to bend around them as they're traveling through. After about 30 minutes of travel, you guys are going to arrive at their village. Holy jamoli.
Oh yeah, that did not scale well. Oh no, it just didn't load in. There we go.
Also, why was like the final? I heard 14 music.
It wasn't. It was just really loud. There we go. Okay, so you guys are kind of bound, or not bound, kind of placed within a small house. You know that there are guards posted outside. You guys have a few moments to talk to each other. Obviously, they did not throw you in with your weapons.
So
You would not have your packs or anything like that.
I mean, to be fair, like I am a weapon.
Well, they realize that.
She'll just like take. Shizuku would take this time to deadpan. So are all samurai like this, or is this just
They're on edge. Their forest has been, from what we've seen coming this way, heavily waylaid by Oni recently. I'm surprised we haven't run into more villages like this. At least they're well defended. I think the best we can do is be perfectly honest, tell them everything we've seen so far. The villages we've come through have all been waylaid by Oni, and we're trying to get to the source of it.
right?
I believe that's what we told them.
Well, we didn't mention that we've run into Oni and fought them. We didn't intentionally withhold it, but we did say we're trying to find the cause of all of this. I don't know. It's a very complicated situation.
Okay, as you guys are kind of conversing for about, they would have taken your ocarina. You guys are conversing for 5, maybe 10 minutes. Some of the guards will come and grab you. Come. Kind of escort you through. They will take you up towards to the shrine there up at the north. Inside, cross-legged, the man that you had once seen, you can tell by the face, as obviously he had removed his mask. He is seated. You guys familiar with Seiza style? Where you're okay?
Yeah, like legs.
Yeah.
You.
So he's seated there on a small pillow. Before him, he's got a small tray, and it looks like he's practicing writing or something. He's drawing something on paper, and several pillows have been placed out for you guys. He is not dressed in his armor, by the way. He is in kind of a yukata. He does have his swords at his side.
Hal will approach one of the pillows and gesture questioningly if he may sit.
Yes, sit.
And he'll sit in a similar style.
Mikoto will take a seat.
Okay.
As will Shizuku.
All right. So, tell me, why are you here?
As my friend explained earlier, we're here to investigate the sudden dry up of lumber from the north.
And it sounds like, though, from the sound of things, you're having an Oni problem as well.
We've been running into that a lot. In every village we've passed, there has been a nearby Oni infestation. In Gifu, there was a Oni residing in a temple of Raijin. We also passed through Akita, where there were some Chojinbi burning the rice fields. And we were able to, in most of those cases, stop, as far as we know, stop those events, but they seem to be symptoms of a greater woe. We're investigating that greater situation to see if there's anything we can do to aid in resolving it.
I see. Many problems surrounding area. Perhaps your story is true, perhaps not. We will give it time. My name is Fusamoro.
Fusamoro.
Yeah.
Phonetic?
Yeah, phonetic. I can spell it if you guys want.
Cool.
All right. So a couple things that you're going to garner on his kind of breast. There is some embroiderment on his yukata. You are going to see what looks like a chrysanthemum. You guys familiar with that flower?
Nope.
Yes.
I am.
Okay.
Oh, it's a flower.
It is a flower.
Out of character, is Nobunaga a character here?
Nobunaga?
Yeah.
Nobunaga.
Aruguren?
Oda Nobunaga.
No, nobody from historical
Known from real
Japan,
life,
right?
got it.
I linked a chrysanthemum for anybody interested in what it is.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Does he look like Nobunaga?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You wouldn't know because you don't know who Nobunaga is. But as you guys are kind of speaking here for the next few minutes, another gentleman will come in and sit to the side and back behind Fusimoto. This gentleman is obviously elven. At his side, you can see that he's got both a katana and a wakizashi at his side as he kind of sits down. Doesn't say anything, but essentially just kind of watches over you guys. It looks like he's being very scrutinous.
Ooh. Does he look like the old woman described?
Look like the old woman described? No.
The matron in the... Okay. Elf dude, figured I'd ask.
No, the coincidence. There are a bunch of... I mean, elves are not completely uncommon.
Fair enough.
To be fair, we've seen more kitsune than we have elves.
That's true,
Yeah.
but you also came across the Kitsune village. Before then, you saw 0. Almost.
I mean,
We saw one.
Right.
technically we saw one before.
I know, I realize that, but again, he's going to again ask about your travels. We're not going to recant all that, but he's going to kind of tell you. He doesn't exactly trust you guys. He doesn't trust anyone that he meets out in the forest. The forest is alive. It is cursed. It plays tricks. You would 100% believe him when he says this. He will tell you, essentially he's going to give you guys a little bit of a probationary period. You guys will always be watched. However, you are free to move about the village. And if you guys prove not to be a danger, he will, of course, relinquish your items back to you.
I assume we are not to leave the village either.
You can try. You think that's a taunt?
I'm.
Do you have a recommendation of a place where we may stay? We have coin we're willing to pay for rooms, obviously.
You
but
technically
we
don't have
no
any
place
coin.
to
They
stay.
confiscated it.
Oh, they
Yes,
confiscated.
you guys will be given a room where you guys can stay. We're gonna stop here. It's 12 o'clock. A room to stay. But again, you guys can travel about the village here. Again, it's actually a pretty large village. Probably the biggest one that you guys have come across. Even Akita. You can tell their military might here, the 30 or so that they had sent, is a small fraction of the power that they hold here in this village.
So
All right,
I
guys.
can't
Welcome
even
to
go.
Ba Sing Se.
We can't even go shopping? God damn it.
No, not yet. So we're going to pause here. He's going to kind of release you guys. And again, depending on how you guys interact with the village, he may release you, or you guys could maybe fight for your freedom. We'll see.
So, when are we gonna have to drink the magic Kool-Aid?
Thursday?
I mean, he's cautious, not a cult leader. Like, his policy is smart.
There is no
Yeah.
conflict in
Don't-
Ba Sing Se.
Don't
We are
trust
safe
people.
here.
Like, his what's it called? Of don't trust people? That's smart.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
he could have certainly just... They had the power where they could have just overran you guys, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they could have just wiped us out. Granted, I don't think a DM would generally just like, an army rides through and murders you. End of campaign. Yeah.
In that
Ye-
particular situation, I'm guessing if the situation got too bad, you would have just knocked us out.
DM does not give away secrets.